Hi folks, this is Lee Murphy, maker of all the art stuff and creative thingies here on Art by Lee Murphy and the Creative of the Art on artbyleemurphy.com. And what I have here is an example of something I did with a sketchbook that a friend of mine gave me last year. This is similar to it, so I got another one. I don't know what it cost or where she got it, but this one was less than $3 on Temu. And what it is just very tiny. It's a little over 3 inches square, and really fairly decent, good quality watercolor paper. A little slick, but it does great considering the cost. I mean, you can't beat that price. However, because I decided it was very plain, I got my little thinking self together and looked at it, and it has about 28 pages, so aha, I want to make an Abecedary, or whatever, I don't know how it's called, a book that just shows letters. So what I ended up doing is grabbing, this is a silicone mold with rope motifs, and then using this, which is a leather stamp, and it's a little fleur-de-lis leather stamp here, and rolled out some very thin sheets of polymer clay. I don't want to use the brand name because, you know, it really doesn't matter because polymer clay pretty much is all the same. Anyhow, and then taking the simple book in my little creative mind here, and we came up, or I came up with, ta-da, this. Use a little background here, cover up my messy art table here. So this is essentially the same sketchbook. And you can see the polymer clay, that it makes a wonderful thing for the stamps to work in, and using a couple of those rope motif things and join them all together to make a little book. And I don't know if you can see right there, it's kind of hard to tell. Years ago I ended up getting this cameo online, carved agate, and then of course it was a little hard to see the details here, so I rubbed a little bit of the gold paint inside it in the cracks and stuff, so it helps bring it out. So, and then of course I love painting everything gold, so got the whole part of it gold. Missed a little bit of the background there, but just kind of gave it a little bejeweled treasure binding. I love looking at treasure binding online, and there's not that many of them real, so why not make our own? Never settled for an off-the-shelf life. So what I ended up doing here is take some of my own handmade marble paper, which is something I love to do whenever I feel like making a mess and I don't have a current project on hand, so I have a lot to choose from, and just picked out some really nice pattern parts of it. And then I start with the Abecedary, Abecedarium. I don't know how you would call it, but I love illuminated letters. I always have, and this gave me an excuse to just play with, and nothing but letters, and playing with different types. Some of these are pearlescent and iridescent, and all different manners and styles, and they kind of sticking together here. Now this paper will warp just a little bit because it is watercolor paper, and so it helps to have those rigid sides on the book. Okay, H-I-J-K-L, okay. To keep it smoother, to keep it flatter, and keep, you know, you see it's still got a little bit of warping to it, but it's not much, and all watercolor paper is going to do that to a point. So just having fun with different color combinations. Try to do it with pen and ink first to make it a little bit easier to define the lines, and it was a good little experiment here. Yeah, there we go. Pull it out like that. Some are iridescent, some are matte, some are transparent. But it was all fun. And of course I made my little mistakes, but then again, everything handmade is going to have that. And in the age of AI and everything being perfectly groomed and perfectly textured, no mistakes and everything, why not have this? It's all part of the hashtag don't settle for an off-the-shelf life, and do your own thing and embrace the imperfectness. There's a little bit of iridescence in there too, but fun little book, fun little project, and it's a lot of fun just to, you know, go back and look at it like I just did now. I haven't seen it in a while, and it's fun to just go revisit it because you forget things. But anyhow, it's a fun little project, and maybe that will inspire other people too. Hashtag don't settle for an off-the-shelf life. There's always something more you can do with something when you use your creativity. So anyway, I hope that was entertaining, and thanks for watching.